Hey, I'm Booger Boy, and I'm learning pixel art. It's been about 6 months since I last cultivated a fresh crop of veggie pixel art for my girlfriend, and now that spring has sprung, it's the perfect season to grow my digital garden once again. This time, my girlfriend requested a potato and an eggplant, so let's dig into these pixel veggies bit by bit. I'm pixeling both of these in a resolution of 32 by 32, and I'm starting with the value layer first because I wanted to apply some of the skills I learned from my daily March value study challenge. As I shared in a recent community post, I discovered that clearly identifiable silhouettes are fundamental to successful pixel art. This was my primary focus for these veggie designs, and I'll show you exactly how it makes or breaks each piece. For example, this potato looks like just a blob, but that's by design. If there were any sharp angles, it might not read like a potato. Adding in some soft highlights and shadows reveals the roundness while also giving the impression of a dull, non-reflective surface. A few dark spots really bring this together and make it look like an actual potato, minus the color of course. If you compare it to the eggplant, which starts with a similar blob design, you'll notice the stem that caps one end, which as a side note I kept imagining as a funny little green hat, and maybe I'll make that as a more complete art piece one day. For this I added a highlight with a lot of contrast compared to the surface tone, and this definitely reads like something very shiny and reflective, especially when I added the reflected light opposite to the highlight. These two crops diverged even more when I added the color. Despite the potato being a nice golden brown, the lighting remained soft, whereas the eggplant had this deep, rich purple and a nice bright highlight, which actually presented a really fascinating problem, I think. I tried applying the conventional wisdom of hue shifting towards yellow for a brighter color, but it just didn't match the reference. I thought I was crazy because the highlight clearly looks blue to me, which in this normal hue shifting framework would be considered more of a shadow as opposed to being light. I used the eyedropper to find out that, lo and behold, it was actually a light blue. I think this is a cool example of how there's exceptions to every rule. Once I finished up these two veggies, I was really happy with how they turned out, and I tried to make a bowl of spaghetti to represent a bunch of garden herbs that my girlfriend is also growing, but I think that this provides a really stark contrast to the previous designs. It's a great example of something with an indistinguishable silhouette. It's just a plain oval, and its noisy value structure doesn't do us any favors. No matter how hard I tried, color won't fix this, and maybe I'm biased in that even though spaghetti tastes amazing, it just doesn't look appetizing to me. Or maybe it's just that I'm a noob pixel artist and I have no idea how to make a beautiful bowl of spaghetti. Either way, this was a fun little challenge, and my girlfriend is happy with my eggplant and potato. I hope you're able to take away some of the things that I learned from my value studies, particularly the importance of silhouette. Thanks for watching.